Good afternoon, Lancer families. This is Dr. Bergman, principal of Thousand Oaks High School, coming to you with a video message right here before spring break. I want to make sure that I pass along my good wishes to all of you and hope that you have an amazing spring break, have a chance to recharge your batteries, and are able to come back in a week after this upcoming week, ready to tackle the final few months of school. I also wanted to spend some time today in order to talk about our upcoming required state testing, our CAASPP tests that are scheduled to start the week after spring break. Um, 11th grade families have been receiving emails from our school over the past week or so talking about our upcoming state testing. And I wanted to follow up those emails with a message and with some ideas on why I believe our students need to be doing their absolute best on this test. A little bit of background, a little bit of history. In 2018, which was my first spring here on campus, um, the test scores for Thousand Oaks High School went way down, 15 percentage points in English language arts as well as math. We dug into it, we did some investigation, and what we realized is that many of the students who took the test that year just simply did not try. They did not do their best, and for they did that for a variety of reasons. And based on what our students told us, is that because the test did not affect their graduation status, they really didn't feel like they needed to give it any kind of effort. Um, they also wrongfully believed that the rumor that if you did poorly on the test actually became shorter, and um, that's really not a reason not to do well on a test anyway. But that's actually not true at all. I wanted to spend just a little bit of time talking about 3 points as to why I believe students really do need to do their best. And the first has to do with the fact that our test scores absolutely affect our enrollment. As many of you know, Thousand Oaks High School is in the throes of declining enrollment. We have fewer and fewer families living in central Thousand Oaks who have high school age kids. We have a lot of new families that are beginning to move in, but right now the number of students who live in our boundary areas who are coming to us is going down. As a result, we rely a great deal on right now in order to keep our enrollment numbers up. We rely a great deal on school choice students who come to us from other districts, other schools. And why is that important? Well, enrollment is directly tied to many aspects of the way we go about our business, not the least of which is staffing. Fewer students means fewer teachers, and fewer teachers often means fewer programs. It becomes harder and harder and harder to support the programs that we've all grown to know and love and support when you've got fewer teachers on campus. Secondly, a lower enrollment also affects our budget in terms of the amount of money that we get from our district office in order to pay our bills and to fund those programs that I was just talking about. So, purely from an enrollment standpoint, and because families really do spend their time very carefully selecting high schools for their kids to go to, bottom line, our academic reputation matters. And if students are just simply not giving their best and those test scores show up very, very low, those test scores are public, families who are doing their homework are going to look at that and begin to ask questions. And before long, if that happens enough and it happens frequently enough, we're going to see fewer and fewer students who are choosing to come to our school. And as a result, we get into this spiral of that's really, really hard to pull out of. So for that reason, please, please do your absolute best. This is your chance to leave a lasting legacy for your high school, and just to make sure that the future of Thousand Oaks High School continues to be strong and vibrant, and we're able to continue offering all the programs and that you've come to know and love and be a part of. We also It's also important to note that how we do on state testing also affects a lot of the decisions that I make as the principal of the school in terms of instruction. Data drives instruction. If I'm looking at test scores and I'm seeing that our students are really doing poorly in areas X, Y, and Z, then we're going to make adjustments to the what our teachers talk about and what they are working on throughout the year based on that data. And if that data is not accurate, then it becomes a massive problem. So we really want to make sure that we're getting very accurate data, so that our teachers can make the necessary adjustments, uh, based on the assessed learning needs of all of our students. Um, Last but not least, and there might be some out there who would disagree with me, but our academic reputation does, I believe, affect college admissions. Not all 4.0s are created equal. A 4.0 from school A compared to a 4.0 from school B. If school B happens to have a very very poor academic reputation, I believe that that makes a difference in the academic or in the college admissions process. So, for the sake of all students who are heading off to college, it's also, I believe, critically important that we keep our academic reputation very high, so that a grade point average from Thousand Oaks High School means a lot. Um, so anyway, bottom line, I would ask, please do your absolute best taking the test. I know that this school year has been extraordinarily difficult for parents, for kids, for teachers, for principals. It's been a very, very tough year. All I'm asking is that you do your best. Please don't think that this test means nothing, because it does. It means a great deal. This, again, is your chance to leave a lasting legacy for Thousand Oaks High School, um, and to make sure that our future is kept strong, and vibrant. Thanks for your attention. Again, have a fabulous spring break, and I look forward to seeing you back in a couple of weeks. See you soon.